Liverpool won, Tottenham won. And the only conclusion that I can draw from the game just now is that the Premier League is absolutely crazy and I don't know a fucking thing about football. Who could have predicted that we would get a point at Anfield? Who would have predicted we would get anything from Anfield? You know, Liverpool are not the best team in the world at the moment. They're not playing well. They're not on good form and all the rest of it. But it's Anfield. They're still the champions. They're still near the top of the league. You know, they're in 5th place. They still have brilliant individual players that are capable of moments of magic. Individual match winners that can win a match on their own. And you know what? Today, we matched them. We battled against them. We could have won the game. Our chances, I would say, were slightly more clear-cut than the Liverpool chances. We showed fight. We showed determination. We showed grit. More importantly, the manager set us up in a system that we're half familiar with. You know, not many teams play a 4-4-2 these days, but at least 4 at the back, where the players are comfortable, missing our 2 best centre-halves. You know, players generally in their right positions, and it showed. And you know the main thing, you know the big thing that I've come away from this weekend with, we've got strikers. We've got strikers. Kolo Muani, Richarlison, Solanke. There are goals there. The results this weekend throw up so many questions, not many answers. But I guess all we can do is go on the evidence in front of us, okay? So, starting with West Ham. I saw the West Ham game yesterday. Obviously, City had the lion's share of the ball, but West Ham come out of a point with a decent 1-1 draw. And you know what? You know why I think they're going to be okay? Nuno now has fully implemented his style, his system. You can see the players have bought into it. He's a counter-attack manager. It's why he didn't last 5 minutes at Spurs. He's a defensive, catching counter sort of manager. He showed it to great effect at Forest last season, you know, with a 5th place finish. That's his style. Sit in deep, absorb the pressure, hit the out ball, nick goals on the break. And you know what? You can see the West Ham players, they've all bought into it. They've got a couple of decent players like Jared Bowen who can kind of see them through. I think West Ham, with that performance yesterday, showing that grit, showing that determination, showing that fight, I think they're okay. I think they're going to be okay because they will pick up points playing that style. And it's fully, you can see it's fully implemented now. Now, with Nottingham Forest and Leeds, it's a different story. It's a different story altogether. Let's start with Forest. Another 0-0 draw today. And you know what's apparent about Forest? They've got no goals in the team. There's 0 goals in that team. Yes, Morgan Gibbs-White will nick you the occasional goal. Yes, Elliot Anderson will chip in with a goal once every 7 or 8 games. Maybe Hudson-Odoi as well. But their centre-forward ain't good. He's rubbish, actually. Yeah, he's physical, he's strong, he can hold the ball up, blah, blah, blah. Can't stick the ball in the back of the net. You know, and this is where we have a slight advantage because we have strikers. We have Richarlison, Dom Solanke, Kolo Muani, who made a difference when he came on earlier. Okay? That's where we've got the edge over Forest. In terms of Leeds United, yes, attractive on the eye. Yes, good to watch. Play a nice style. They've got a couple of really good players. Ethan Ampadu, Calvert-Lewin. But they've been playing the same, pretty much the same 11 for months now. Months. They've got a very small squad of players that are good enough to play and compete in the Premier League. They're running out of steam. And like I said with Forest, look at the stats from their game today against Fulham. 11 shots total to Fulham's 5, but only 2 on target. Less passes playing at home. Less possession. You know, this, all of a sudden, with that performance today, that team setup and that result, things have changed. The plates have shifted. It's all of a sudden, I feel like we've got a chance. But now the questions it throws up. What do we do about Igor Tudor? What do we do about him? Do we change him? Because basically, according to all the reports, and I think, you know, every single Spurs fan that you ask, if we lose that game today, we want him out the door. But you know what? He's pulled a performance out of the bag. And listen, unless you're inside those 4 walls, unless you're at the training ground, unless you're in that dressing room, you don't know whether it's solely down to the players or whether Tudor has kind of tapped into that man management and brought that performance out of him. We just don't know. So what do we do? Do we change him? Do we stick? I mean, it's just such a massive dilemma now. I mean, I'd be inclined to say change him because it's been so poor up until now. But the only thing I will say, and it's crazy, but the only thing I will say about Tudor is I kind of like the manner in which he talks. You know, when he gives press conferences, when he gives interviews, I kind of like the message that he's got. The worry that I've got about him is that obviously he doesn't know the Premier League. And this is another worry about today. He's going to know about Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool played a slightly weakened team. They're obviously looking ahead to their second leg of the Champions League tie against Galatasaray. But they still had more than enough quality on that field compared to, say, Fulham or Palace, the games we've lost previously, to turn us over easily today. If he had set up with the back three, you know, square pegs in round holes and just put players all over the place that don't know those positions and aren't familiar there. You know, the improvement was vast today. And so what do we do about him? You know, the problem is the Forest game is the biggest game of the season. It's a must win. Well, it's certainly a must not lose. You know, a draw, okay, it wouldn't be great, but we can't lose that game. Does Igor Tudor have enough? Can he get enough out of these players to win that Forest game? Because after that, it's an international break. There's nearly 3 weeks until the next game after that. So do we trust in what he's doing? Has he shown enough in that performance today? What do you guys think? Has he shown enough in that performance today to see us through to the end of the season and get us out of trouble? Our next 4 fixtures are the ones. If we beat Forest, if we beat Sunderland, if we beat Brighton, if we beat Wolves, if we play like we did today, we can win all 4 of those games. And it's pretty much over. It'll be down to Leeds and Forest. So what do we do? Do we stick with him? What do you guys think? Do we trust him? I'm so on the fence about this. Honestly, I wanted the guy out straight after the Palace game. I wanted him out. It was just not working. What he was trying to do was not working. But he's pulled that out of the fire today. And again, like I say, we don't know whether it's just down to the players, if there is a leadership group of players, whether they've just pulled everyone together, or whether it's down to him, or whether it's a mix of both. If it's a mix of both, we're onto something. And like I said from the outset of the video, we have strikers. It's the one big edge we've got over these other teams. I mean, there's nothing really left to say now, is there? You know, who could have foreseen West Ham getting a point off Man City and us getting a point out of Liverpool and a draw in the other games? I mean, you know, if you've got out on your betting slip, mate, fair play to you. But I was not predicting that. And so we have to take it from here. But I really want to know your guys' opinion because I just don't know anymore. My mind's blown. It's gone. What do you guys think? How should we move forward? Do we change the manager or do we stick with him? Who knows? But anyway, listen, if you like the video, if you like the content that I'm putting out, if you want to join the community, I'd love to build this channel. I'd love to have you guys on board, sharing your opinions, sharing your views. Think about hitting like, think about hitting subscribe. I will see you guys after the Atletico game. Again, I do not know what to do about that one. Do we just throw it and concentrate on the Forest game? I'd be inclined to say yes, but then with this little bit of momentum we've built, do we go for that game and try and turn them over? I don't think they're that good. But then we risk injuries if we put the best players out. There's no rhyme or reason to it. This season's crazy. But listen, we just have to survive. That is the only objective we have now. Fuck the Champions League. We have to survive in the Premier League and then we can rebuild from next season. I'll see you guys after Atletico. Come on, you Spurs. We can do this. Come on.